So Brandon Ayuk has not requested a trade. No matter what you think, no matter who, where you saw it. Oh, I saw it on Twitter. Adam Schefter said, fuck off. All right, fuck completely off. Brandon Ayuk did not request a trade, and I knew it. I knew it too, bro. I told myself, I was like, dude, I'm not reporting this. I'm not posting about this because this is BS. I know it. This is horse rubbish. Fucking horse piss. This is horse piss. That's what I said. It's horse piss. So I didn't post about it. If you guys don't know, by the way, I'm Matt. This is like, I have the deep ball. I run the deep ball. This is a spinoff. It's called TDB Niners, hence the deep ball times 49ers. This is like my first direct spinoff to the deep ball. So this is technically brought to you by the deep ball. I've always wanted to say that. So yeah, that's legit. 49ers content all year round. Yeah. So this is your place if you really are so inclined. Hit subscribe and do all that. Honestly, I don't care. Or don't, or don't. Just come here and watch me and don't subscribe. Honestly, it's better than nobody watching, or hit the like. You can honestly, even if you come here just to hit the dislike button and leave, it's better. You get me a view, dislike, so what? Just do something. This is all me right now. I don't have any editors or anything. This is just me winging it. Hopefully this is the start of something cool. And yeah, nonetheless, back into what I was saying. Yeah, I knew BA didn't request a trade. I mean, it's just one of those things that you see online. You're like, is it real? It makes sense. He unfollowed the team on IG, which, again, I never understood that. But I really don't know what it does. I don't think it changes the coach's thoughts in any way, shape, or form with what they're going to do. We want to keep him. We want to keep Brandon Ayuk. Why wouldn't we want to keep Brandon Ayuk? He's probably one of our he is one of our best players. As far as the money goes, I'm hearing that, we don't necessarily have the means to keep him, the dough. We don't have the breach like we used to have for some reason. I don't know why. But, we paid Hargrave the other year. We paid Bosa. We have to pay Purdy, which my gorgeous Iowa, Arizona man, Brock Purdy, babyface Purdy. Something about Purdy, like, he wasn't in a frat, I don't think, but I just look at him and I'm like, dude, this guy, how the fuck was he not fucking banging down fucking Bud Lights every Sunday before exams and before and after games during college? I don't know. I feel like he would have. I feel like, honestly, that he looks like the kind of guy like Frat Stafford. You guys ever see the picture of Matt Stafford when he was on a boat with a bunch of girls? That's Frat Stafford. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's like a weird offseason. The Super Bowl loss was just fucking, oh my God. I don't even want to think. It's not even so much that, like, I can't stand the thought of it, really. It's just like the fact that I know that it took us 4 years to get back. So just imagine what it's going to take this time. What is it going to take? 8 years now? Now, it fucking took, we went in 2012. We didn't get back for another 7-8 years. And it's like, man, I don't know if I could do it again. I'm 21. I'm only going to live for so long. And I was like, even if I live till like I'm 80, I'm not even confident. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to see my team win a Super Bowl. There's so many people that live that aren't able to see their team win a Super Bowl. And I know there's bigger fucking problems in the world. If that's my biggest problem on earth, then I'm a pretty lucky guy. I remember sitting here, I was hammered. I was fucked up beyond belief. And I was watching this Super Bowl with all my friends. I threw a big party. I was like, dude, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy this. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm honestly, obviously, I'm gonna be upset if we lose, or I'm gonna be out of my chair if we win. But I told myself, dude, this might be the last time you ever see them in a Super Bowl. Like, so I'm just gonna enjoy it. I had a lot of food. I went all out, man. It was a great day too. That's the thing that sucks about it. It was honestly, I had so much fun that day. The whole day, and I knew what it felt like. Like, if I remember 4 years ago, what the week up to the Super Bowl was like, the Super Bowl week, seeing everybody getting interviewed, heading to the stadium or like the city where it's in, all the content and stuff. Like, it was like I was reliving that again, and it was pretty sick. And I remember the feeling of Super Bowl Sunday was like so much different when it was us in it, obviously. And yeah, I took the whole day. I just watched everything on TV. I was just enjoying myself. It was like one of those moments. Super Bowl Sunday is always like a holiday to me, but I mean the 49ers were in it, bro. We were rolling. Like we were coming off that win against Detroit. By the way, that win, that was the first time I ever cried watching a 49ers game. Hand on a stack of fucking Bibles right now. First time I ever cried. And like I've gotten pissed before. Actually, no, I don't think that's true. I think I might have cried before when I was like a kid though, like when I was like 10, maybe 11. But it's like first time I got upset like that in a while. It was halftime and I was like, dude, there's no way we go out like this. Like I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked that I went beyond angry and I just got upset. And usually it happens the opposite. Usually you go beyond upset and you get angry. But like, yeah, I was floored. And I ended up going to my friend's restaurant to hang out at after halftime because he texted me. He's like, you got to change the scenery to change the look. And I was like, the fuck do I have to lose, honestly? So I just went there and I was so down, but being around my friends made it a little better. And when IU caught that ball, I was like, oh, this is gonna happen. This is like the comeback. We're coming back from 17 down. It's gonna be one of those games. Detroit got off to a fast start. They had the perfect scripted plays. They had all of it. They went on fourth down a bunch. Like they were aggressive but they knew that. Even Dan Campbell said it. They knew that we were gonna make a comeback, and I knew right there. And when we recovered the fumble, I knew immediately. I knew for sure that okay, we're winning this game. Greatest day in my life. That was the best day. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. celebrating. It was the best day ever for sports wise. Obviously I've had some fun days in my life, but that was memorable. I'll never forget that. But the Super Bowl, yeah, like I was saying, that was the toughest. It really hurt. Like, dude, the way that game ended, it wasn't like 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, 4 years ago, where like we blew the lead. We very clearly blew that. That was like we had that opportunity and we really did blow it. And then 2 years later in the NFC Championship game, it was kind of the same old story. Those two were the worst. But this game was like, it came down to one play so many times. Like Moody doesn't miss that kick. We don't fumble on the punt return. If we stop them on fourth down in overtime, Purdy gets an extra second and hits Ayuk in the end zone in overtime. Like there's so many opportunities that we had that like, if we execute, we win the game. Like it's the difference in the game. Like, and everyone always says like, oh, one play doesn't determine the game. It honestly can. That people say that, but it's kind of bullshit. Like you have to really be realistic and be like, well, if that happened, you probably would have won. And it doesn't always mean you'll win for sure, but definitely raises your chances. And I wasn't really in like a state of worry. Like I remember being so confident that we were going to win that game. It never really dawned upon me that the game was over. I never thought this is it. Like they're going to go down and score. We're going to lose here. I never thought that for some reason. Like 4 years ago, I was thinking that. I wasn't as seasoned. That was our first playoff win. The one again, the divisional round. That was our first playoff win in like 7 years. Like that's a long ass time to not win a playoff game. Like we sucked. We sucked ass for a long time, and that wasn't fun. And seeing that going from 0 to 60 so fast like that was, a little overwhelming, I guess. And we weren't ready. We were kind of just like a young team that didn't know how good we were. But this time we knew how good we were. We were and Dre going down, that's like a whole different conversation. That shit sucked. We had so many injuries in the past that came at the worst times. I won't even say that we had the most every year, but we had like the most untimely. Is that a word? Untimely, whatever you want to call it. But seeing Dre go down really sucked because he is one of my favorite players, and that my heart broke for him. I mean, I don't know him. I'm not like his brother, but you feel some sort of way when you really like the team that you're rooting for. And obviously, I really like them. Seeing Fred's face, it's like, damn, how how does that even happen? Like, never in a million years would that happen again. Like, that's like a 1 in a million, truly a 1 in a million kind of happenstance, coincidence, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm kind of just venting about the whole thing. You know, I feel like if I'm going to start off anywhere, you might as well start off with the most obvious, the most glaring thing about the 49ers right now. We're stinging still. Purdy even said it. It's kind of a lingering thought that doesn't go away. I mean, George to come back to say he's coming back with vengeance, and the guy gets 4 yards. I mean, like how in the hell do you play the same team you did 4 years ago, and you have a worse game that you did 4 years ago after you said that you were going to come back with vengeance? It just looks bad. It looks bad. And that's nothing against George. It's against, like, the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's against, like, the game planning, the execution. Like, nothing against George. I mean, he could have went off for 100. You know that George can do it any day of the week. Same thing with Debo. Same thing with BA. The one thing that I noticed that was similar in the Super Bowl in 2020 against Kansas City, there was no guy that really stood out. Everyone was kind of just getting the ball. We were distributing the ball. We split carries. We did a lot of that. The one guy that stood out was McCaffrey. He had a really great game. In terms of, like, difference-making plays, like someone taking the game over, we didn't have that. Like, it was the same thing 4 years ago. Like, BA had 3 catches. Debo had 3 catches. 3 years ago, Emmanuel Sanders had 3 catches. Kendrick Bourne had, like, 2. Debo had, like, 5. George had 4. It was just very distributing. It wasn't like one guy. You know, Brandon Ayuk had 3 catches. Dude, he had, how many yards did he have? 1,300 on like 70-something catches? Like, how does your receiver that had 1,300 yards have three catches in the Super Bowl for like 40-something, 49, whatever it was? It was frustrating. It was like, dude, how are we going to lose like this again? Like, how are we going to, like, technically we did blow a 10-point lead again. It was the first quarter. It was the second quarter. I don't really count it like I do the other two against Kansas City and LA. Against the Rams, those were really blown leads. I look at those as like we blew it. This one, it was just a few stupid plays. You take those away and we're champs, and a fourth down stop. You can't get much closer than that. That was the closest we've gotten to the last time we won it 20-something years ago. Might be 30. What is it? 94? 95, 29 years ago. It's tough, man. And this is the last year that we have our whole nucleus. I think like it's giving that kind of vibe. Like, I think Mooney this is his last year on his contract. I think Christian, this is his last year. Debo, BA, if we don't sign him. I think Lenore and Thomas we're going to have to sign eventually. Trent's probably going to play a few more years, but yeah, this is the last year that this is like the team that we've been building over the past few years, and this is it. Like, this is our super team for one more year. We're not going to have this again. Like, most likely not. We're not going to be able to pull it off, even though I'd love to keep all of them. I don't know for sure. I'm not saying that that's truly what's going to happen. I'm just, most likely it will not be, we will not have a team near as good as this one could be for a while. I don't know. Maybe we do. I mean, we're pretty good up front. So, I mean, in the front office. So I'm not really too concerned with I got John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan cooking it up during the draft like they always do. So I'm not too worried. But this team specifically, like, I want to see Christian win one. Who doesn't want to see Christian McCaffrey win a Super Bowl? Who doesn't want to see George Kittle, Fred, Brock, Kyle Shanahan, Debo, Huff, Dre? Like, I know what it feels like to like a team that's horse shit. I know what it feels like to like a team that isn't good, like, at all. In fact, a team that's really bad. I know what it feels like. I came into the Niners when they were that, and we started to become ass again. Now, it's different. You kind of know so much more about the sport and everything, and now you know how difficult it is to win a Super Bowl, let alone get there. But yeah, this is kind of our last rodeo. I mean, as far as the offseason goes, I like a whole lot of positions during the draft. I think that we can snag a receiver. I wouldn't mind Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey in the later rounds. I think we might go corner in the first round. We might trade up. I wouldn't be shocked. Depends. The whole Brandon Ayuk thing is interesting because I'm not saying that we're going to trade him. I don't think that that's going to happen. But if we do, it's like we're probably going to trade to up for a receiver or wait at 32. I don't know. It's a lot that could happen. Right now, I'm really thinking corner or lineman, lineman. But I like receiver too. I like that. I think receiver is a sneaky position, that we can grab in the first. I don't know who it's going to be, but we're definitely going to draft one. Like, just get Brendan Rice, Who are you fooling? You're not fooling me. Like, this is like match made in heaven. Heaven. Like, Brock Purdy is basically Joe Montana. It's like if Joe had a kid that's kind of looks like him. They kind of look like similar, like they have similar auras. And Brendan Rice is literally Jerry Rice's kid. It's meant to be. It is meant to be. The trees, the roots, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's one thing. And the roots are the tree, the Shanahan tree is connected. Bill Walsh, and I don't know, I forget how it goes exactly, but it's connected. It's a big connection. Big connection, like on the field, like Brock Purdy and Brendan Rice would be. So yeah, a lot of that's another episode. I'm running out of fucking space. This was just a quick introduction to this page. So I'm gonna have a lot. I'm gonna try and keep bring as much Niners content as I can. I'm very self-sabotaging and inconsistent, so I'm not gonna promise you anything, but I mean, shit, I'm trying to make this my job, so I have to. I have no other choice. But yeah, I might do a draft the day before the draft, full mock. I might do something along those lines. But when the summer comes, know for sure that I'm gonna be banging out episodes like no tomorrow. Off-season stuff, preseason. I'm gonna be covering the whole season, not playing around. Ain't fucking around, man. This is the place to be. If you love the 49ers, well, here, this is your page now. Hey, there's no going back. And if you do go back, I'll find where you live. And I'll do stuff. Nothing illegal. I'll probably just I don't know. Probably just ding-dong ditch your house or something. But yeah, thanks for watching. Go Niners. I'll see you next time.